Well, if you're a Magic the Gathering judge, I guess you don't have a membership fee anymore because the Judge Academy is going free to play, or so it seems. But this is all from the Wizards of the Coast end without them supplying foils anymore. Before I get right into this, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this out if you know a Magic the Gathering judge, if you're a local game store and you're worried about what's going on with the judges and how Magic the Gathering is turning around and canceling all judges. This is the video for you. There's lots to show here. So the Judge Academy is this school. It's the school of thoughts for Magic the Gathering, and it's supposed to be the school for other games. They're supposed to teach other games there like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, but I don't know. Magic the Gathering is their #1 entity, and for a fee you could sign up with them for $100, and then you gain foils like the one you see below me, the Infernal Tutor, or the such that have been supplied by Wizards of the Coast in partnership with the Judge Academy. But as of October 6th and coming up to October 13th, the partnership with Judge Academy is no longer. As of October 13th, Wizards of the Coast will no longer be partnering with Judge Academy. We appreciate the work the Judge Academy has done over the past years in service of Magic judges and organizers, and we are currently working with tournament organizers and stores for a new framework and approach to Magic judging. We do not expect the change to affect most events, as organizers of major Magic events have close ties and existing contracts with judges that will be unaffected. Pretty much the judges that are already in place, and they're going to be able to run the show, and that's what they're betting on. But the way the Judge Academy was birthed, how they came about, where a few years ago, over a dozen judges were caught up in a scandal where they were doing things inappropriately with other people at events. And it went on to a whole plethora of things. Wizards of the Coast actually stopped their judge partnership program, and then the Judge Academy sprung up as the alternative to Magic judging. On top of this, Magic judges at one point had actually sued Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast over it, which the case was dismissed and lost because they were deemed as volunteers, even though Wizards of the Coast supplies promotional foils as compensation for these events. Now, the thing with those is when you go to a large Magic the Gathering event, usually they will give you special cards, and those cards can then be resold to recoup the costs of going to these events, because in a lot of ways, these Magic judges have to pay their own way. They pay for their flight, their hotel, and everything else that they need to do to be able to judge at these events, and in a volunteer partnership with Wizards of the Coast. So that's where the lawsuit kind of took legs, but it didn't go anywhere because unfortunately with that lawsuit, they were asking for too many things at once. They put on the docket so many different items. They couldn't go ahead. They couldn't go ahead the way it was written. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the future someone does try to revisit that. Now with Judge Academy, they were seen as more of a reseller of these foils. You sign up, you didn't really have to go to events. You could gain these foils and learn how to be a judge. Now, some of these events where you go to these conferences would give you a little bit extra special, but with the takeaway of Wizards of the Coast now saying those foils are no longer being supplied to you, we are no longer partnering with you, it leaves a glut in the Wizards of the Coast with Magic judges. They do say at the bottom here, we look forward to the future of Magic judging, meaning they have another idea in the process. And in a lot of cases where a local game store, they are considered a tournament organizer, so they don't officially need a judge. They just run it as with the people that are in staff on the store. And in that case, those people are being paid to be there. They're being paid in that sense, and compensation is there at the local level. But when, like I said, when you go to these large events that are put on by Wizards of the Coast, or it used to be like Channel Fireball, now they never got compensation in that sense. Only like the head judge maybe got compensated, but there was a lot of moving parts to this, And it's really not surprising to see Wizards of the Coast is saying no more free foils. We need to scale this back. There is something seriously wrong at Wizards of the Coast. This is now the 4th video in a row. I've been trying to get them all done relatively close to each other, mostly because of how many things have gone awry, and then I'm going to do another wrap-up. While you guys wait for that wrap-up, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm your proud Canadian Phoenix Cinder Shadow. Don't forget to come back very soon.